G'day my friends, Marty Ware here from Marty's Garden, and I've got some super exciting news for the vlog stories. You see, I found some chickens. They've been really hard to get because of this whole thing that's going on. All the chickens were bought up around the whole area, and I actually, before this happened, I turned down a pen, a chicken tractor and some chickens at a really good price. But a customer of mine, and who I would like to also call a friend, comes around and buys compost from me. And he's starting a permaculture garden at his place. And I'll be overseeing that garden because he's a great guy and he's got a really cool space. So we're going to head up there now and pick up these chickens. We're adding chickens to Marty's garden. This is going to be awesome. All right, I'm going to head over to the car and then I'll drive up there. And once we get there, I'll show you the chickens. So I just arrived at the place where we're going to pick up the chickens here. And Scott's been working on this new sort of permaculture garden, and he wants to move into actually having quail, and he thinks that the chickens are going to be too destructive. And oh wow, look at this space. This was all just open grass before. Scott wants to head off and have a surf, but here is the new master gardener. Look at that. There's his dog Charlie. I call him Big Dog. Hey Big Dog, how you going, mate? Got a nice big waggly tail there. And look at that space. That is really cool. And so how big's this space, Scott?
About 100 square metres.
So this is Scott, and he's setting it up. He's been getting compost from me to grow his awesome little garden here. Well, I don't know if you'd call it a little. This is going to be like a smoking garden. And it's only just in the beginning. So I reckon we'll come up here and follow more of how this garden evolves over time. It's a permaculture garden. It's going to be all laid out, all organic. Pest-free, chemical-free, food forest. Very, very cool. All right, onwards and upwards. The chickens. The chicken.
Chalk.
Chalk and chalk. These are Isa Browns, right?
Yep.
And a pan.
12 months old. Nice and young.
Okay, so only a year old.
Yep.
And they're laying eggs every day. I've already had some eggs, and they're pretty damn awesome.
Check in the coop. I bet you there's a couple in here.
Head around the back here.
Oh, there's 4. I might have forgot to collect yesterday.
Cool. So inside the coop, we'll give you a bit more of a rundown of the coop when we get it home. But hey, Chookins, are you ready for your new home? You gonna chew into lots of compost at my place? Lots of compost there. Yum yummies.
This is why we all need poultry.
Yeah, nothing better than. All right, so it's time to take these chookins home. We'll get them back to Marty's garden. We'll say goodbye to Big Dog. Big Dog, see ya, Big Dog. Yeah, see ya, mate. And thank you, Scott, legend, chicken provider. And we'll get them back to the house. So we got the chickens back from Scott's house, and Karen hasn't seen the chickens yet. This is the first time her seeing the new chooks. What do you think of the Isa Browns, Karen?
They're so cute.
So we've Scott's given us some seed, some feed, and we just got to get the water sorted for them.
This magpie here is about to take these chickens.
He's looking, Mr. Maggie's looking. Hang on a second. What do you think? Yeah, that's right, I'm the boss around here. And little Bubba chicken up on the Bubba magpie up there. So we just put together a little makeshift pen for the time being until we get something better, because we do have the chicken tractor. Now the magpies are still not too sure about the chickens, whether they're a threat or not yet. And so we'll just zoom in here, and one of them's only got one eye. It's called Mr. Pie. He got sick, and Mr. Pie came to me at a stage when he wasn't well, and I fed him and got him better. So Mr. Pie, we've got a relationship, me and Mr. Pie. And the other one over there is its young one that Mr. Pie disappeared for a while, then the young one come back. And I was like, oh, Mr. Pie didn't die. He's all right. Thank goodness I saved him. And so in this area here is all going to be the composting area. So eventually this will be about composting, and the chickens will go into the composting area, and then there will be worm farms at the end here. And so there'll be a loop coming through. Chickens, compost, worms, something like that, or the other way around. So we've got to teach them how to work in the compost. And that'll be one of their main food sources as well. So 2 Isa Browns, good healthy chickens, ready to lay. Well, they are laying because they're 1 year old. Hello, chickens. You're on Marty's garden. You're in Marty's garden. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the garden. So what do you think of the new chickens, Karen? I've asked you this before.
They're different to the other chickens, but they're okay.
Yeah. Look at that. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummies. Yummy, yummies. Let's get the door open. Oh, trying to bite me. Oh, get it, quick, get it. Oh, yum, yum. Eat them up. Oh, big grub. Who's going to get it first? It's competition for the big grub. Oh, yum, yum, yums. Alright, so not only were these 2 amazing birds down here, you can see on the camera, help me and produce eggs, they're going to turn over this compost, which is just absolutely awesome, because this is the finished product. Basically, once they're through it, it'll then go into the worm farms. The worms will then chew through it, and it's all done. A finished compost that's taken it to the next level. Now, if you haven't been watching the Outdoor Urban Worm Farm project, then that was the first stage to this, and this is the final stage. So what you can do is you can use the chickens to turn over that last bit. It saves you coming out and turning and turning and turning all the time. These chickens are the ones that get into turning it. They get a feed out of it. They eat lots of different stuff in here. Things that we can't even see, they find. And, you know, they eat a few worms here and there. And that's okay, because they're getting the protein that they need. And basically, they won't be allowed into the last worm farm stage. So, at the moment, they're just turning this over, going through the material, getting the protein that they need and all the little microbes and minerals and fungi and all that different stuff that's really good for them. They get to eat it, and Look how much they've turned over, like half the side of that pile already. They do spread it out, but that's okay. I'll just keep ploughing it in here and run these tests in here. I've done this before, but not on a scale like this. So have you got chickens at your place? Are you considering getting chickens? Have you had chickens before? Have you got any chicken stories? I'd love to hear those. Or any questions regarding the video. You can leave it down below in the comments box and I'll definitely get back to you about those. And I really enjoy reading your comments. Now before you go, please subscribe to the channel. There's plenty more coming up. We're going to be filming at Scott's place over the coming months as that garden develops, and I'm going to be overseeing that permaculture garden. It's a small space garden that's going to be super productive over time. We're going to be talking more about the chickens and why they're there working in that compost area and what they're going to be doing over the coming months as I rebuild that whole place, because that's just a makeshift system at the moment. So make sure you subscribe. Give me that big thumbs up before you go. Loving the thumbs up. Music, please, Mr. Music. See you at the next video real soon. Bye.
Well, I don't mind to slow down anymore. I don't mind the sound of my shoes on your floor. I don't mind selling out or playing cover songs, just as long as friends and family sing along. And I don't need more money or a faster car, no. Don't need a magazine to call me a superstar, no. I'm gonna take this little house and make a home, and then I'll never have to face my nights alone. 'Cause in my heart I hear you speak, and on my face I feel you breathe next to me. Two by land, by air, by sea, and that is how it's supposed to be. Now, and that much I can say. Now